Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw. This is the final Raw before Clash at the Castle Premium Live event, where we go off to Glasgow, Scotland live in the Oval Hydro. This is WWE 2K24 Universe Mode, episode 227. Welcome to the Red Band, folks. I'm Callum, otherwise known as the KO King. Welcome to KO Productions and welcome to Monday Night Raw. It's going to be an action-packed show as always, folks, so let's waste no further time and get right into the action. Here we go, man. Let's get to war. And we're kicking things off tonight with a final first round matchup in the Raw side of things, live of the Queen of the Ring tournament. And here comes the former Women's World Champion, competing in the final matchup of the first round of the Queen of the Ring tournament. It is none other than the man herself.
Is scheduled for one fall, making her way to the ring from Dublin, Ireland, Becky Lynch.
Here is the man then, Becky Lynch, losing her Women's World Championship back at King of the Ring Premium Live event back in Miami, Florida against Alexa Bliss. And of course, Alexa Bliss defeating Becky a number of weeks ago on Raw right here in a 2 out of 3 falls match to remain the Women's World Champion. Let's see if Becky can back up the power rankings here on Monday Night Raw, maybe win the Queen of the Ring tournament. She's got her hands full here in the first round match. Of course, the winner of this goes on to face Naomi, who defeated Zelina Vega last week live on Raw in the first round of the Queen of the Ring tournament. Let's see how big time Bex does here in the opening contest on Monday Night Raw. We come to you live tonight from Madison, Wisconsin, a sold-out crowd ready for the final Raw before we go off to Glasgow this weekend at Clash at the Castle live in the Oval Hydro. This is also the 50th episode of Monday Night Raw in this Universe Mode series as Becky Lynch's opponent comes out right now. And it's the Hall of Famer, the living legend, none other than Trish Stratus. Tonight, Becky and Trish go one-on-one for the second time in this series. The first time they faced off, Becky was able to get the win. Let's see if Trish can make it one apiece here and advance into the next round. The quarter-final stages of the Queen of the Ring tournament and the final first-round matchup to try and go on to face Naomi. And you go on to the semi-finals. Of course, the semi-finals and finals taking place at Evolution Premium Live event, which will be 2 weeks following Clash at the Castle. But right now, your opening contest live in Madison, Wisconsin. This crowd ready for it. It's Becky, it's Trish, one-on-one. Let's waste no time. Let's do it right now. Here we go, man. Ringing the bell now. As Raw official Chad Patton in the matchup is underway. Trish Stratus telling this crowd to shut their mouth right off the bat. And Becky getting them interested. But Trish with a kick, big cheap shot off the bell there. And then look at Trish Stratus now, who's sending Becky in the corner, hitting hard. Trish Stratus now in control here of the man, and a drop kick right in the back of the neck of Becky. Becky hitting hard there. Trish Stratus feeling herself, and there's Becky running in. Flying shoulder tackle on Trish. And there's a second one by the man. And now Becky Lynch, third time's that charm. 3 big shoulder tackles on Trish Stratus. Now it's Becky looking for here, couldn't capitalize. Trish caught her with a kick. And a Trish picks her up. Beautiful spine buster pinning combination. Now shoulders down on the man. Trish to advance kick out immediately by Becky Lynch, the former Women's World Champion. She had a 167-day reign as Women's World Champion, losing out, of course, at King of the Ring Premium Live event. Now looking to become the Queen of the Ring here tonight. Look at Becky running in. Incredible crucifix driver there on Trish. And now Becky Lynch in full control, got the ring to herself here, and perhaps looking to fly out and take out Trish Stratus, but Trish taught into the crowd, and Becky flies off the top of the double axe handle, taking down Stratus with authority there on the floor. Becky looking for something else here, but there's Trish corner. Oh, and a big power slam on the outside. Right in the unforgiving man on the floor, not much padding out there. Becky Lynch hitting hard now, getting sent into the barricade by Stratus. Woman got to watch the count here. Don't want to be counted out. And the rest of this Queen of the Ring tournament, Trish Stratus comes back into the ring, looking to try and win the contest via count out with Chad Patton, now a referee of Monday Night Raw, gets the count of 6. Becky now back into the ring and once again with a flying shoulder tackle on Trish. Becky Lynch up to the tippy top rope. Trish Stratus right there, going to try and stop her. Tracks able to get her with a nice shot. Becky this time shot right in the top of the head. And then there's Lynch with a molly go round. We've seen that before from the man. Beautiful molly go round. Covered by the man now. To advance. They go to the quarterfinals. Scoring 2 on Trish and a kick out. Trish able to stay in it. Very competitive matchup in the opening match of Raw here tonight from Madison, Wisconsin. It's the 50th episode of Monday Night Raw and the series NXT 50 tomorrow night. And of course, SmackDown 50 coming your way later on this week as well as WWE Dark 50 as well. This series been popping up, but Becky now in control, sending Trish Stratus seated position in the corner. What's Becky going to mind here? As she is just showing off to the crowd here. Not really looking to finish this matchup off already. But there's Trish Stratus comes in through with a steam knife edge shot. Big shot by Trish. And then what's Trish Stratus going to mind here? Here goes Trish. Oh, beautiful head scissors taking Becky down. Becky hitting hard. There's the man though. Turns it around. Oh man. Went for the shoulder tackle again. Trish Stratus though counters. 4 from Becky with a counter. And Becky with a clothesline. Becky able to get the best of Trish Stratus in the majority of this contest here. Now Becky getting an Irish whip. Trish sends her back into the corner. Runs in. Through it a steam in a big flying forearm shot. Follows it up with a kick by Becky. And if she's not done yet, Beck's put her by Lynch. Becky is looking good tonight. Well, let's do it here. To go to the quarterfinals to face Naomi in the next round kick out by Stratus. So far, Kairi Sane and Bayley will meet in the quarterfinals of the Queen of the Ring tournament, as well as Naomi, and the winner of this matchup from the Raw side of things. Whereas the SmackDown side of things, see Dakota Kai and Liv Morgan already penciled in one-on-one for the quarterfinal rounds. And then the winner of this coming week's matchup between Sasha Banks and Natalya will face former WWE Women's Champion Jade Cargill. But look at that beautiful bulldog from Trish Stratus. Didn't get a win as Becky kicked out. But there's the check kick by Stratus. Check kick, beautiful roundhouse. Caught Becky in the top of red. Here's the cover 2 count kick out by the man. And Becky able to stay in this one. Trish Stratus really pissed off. Cannot believe it. Trish has challenged multiple times for the Women's World Championship. She was the finals of the Women's title tournament to become the inaugural champion, losing out in the finals at WrestleMania to the winner and inaugural Women's World Champion Sasha Banks. Of course, now who now resides on SmackDown, and she'll be a part of her Queen of the Ring match this coming week on SmackDown in the blue brand, taking on Natalya, who looks to get her second win in this Universe Mode series. Becky Lynch caught her with a forearm in the corner, and now Becky Lynch enjoying her work here tonight, admiring her handiwork here this evening live in Madison, Wisconsin, as this matchup rolls on. Becky and Trish go back and forth. Trish Stratus able to turn it around. Here's we're back live on Raw. As Stratus hits a wheelbarrow bulldog. Stratus now in for the cover. Shoulders down on the man. Scoring only a 1 and a kick out by Becky. All that for just the one there is Trish Stratus now. We're going to pick up Becky. Beautiful kick there. Kick again. This time blocked by the man. And now Becky. We're going to do something here. Rolls her over. Disarm her. Submission over. Let's do it on. Trish getting the rope immediately. Chad Patton there with a good call. Great ring awareness and veteran instinct on display by the Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. A reason why she's a Hall of Famer in this company, folks. Becky Lynch though waiting for Trish to get back in the ring. She'll do just that as Becky catching her again with that flying forearm. Or flying shoulder tackle rather. She's loving that maneuver tonight. And now Becky gonna turn Trish around. Here she goes. Manhandle slam. The move that won on a women's world title well in advance her. And in the next round, the Queen of the Ring. 2 count here on Trish and a kick out. A kick out by Stratus. You're gonna be kidding me. My days, ladies and gentlemen. What is it gonna take to put her down for good? Becky Lynch just waiting for Trish to get to her feet. Oh, but Trish able to catch her. Becky would not capitalise. Very uncharacteristic from the man. You'd expect her to be all over her opponent. And now Trish going to send Becky against the ropes. Perhaps you're looking for satisfaction, but look at her just soften up the legs of Becky. Went for one too many though as Becky. Fighting back, beautiful elbow. Kicked out by Trish. Caught in the kick to the hammy by Becky Lynch. Oh, big kick in the top of the head again by Stratus. Stratus catching her once more. These kicks very lethal by Trish Stratus as she picks Becky Lynch up all the way around the ring. She goes in a big time emphatic shoulder breaker by Stratus. Rolling to the outside is Becky Lynch. Trish looking to fly off the apron and a senton. Off the apron and the floor by Trish Stratus. Well, that's big enough for Trish to move on up further. To go on to the next round of Queen of the Ring. Got Becky against the ropes, this time not wasting any time. Locking her now, connecting with Stratus Faction. Going for the cover now. Trish Stratus to advance to the quarterfinal round of Code of the Ring. Leg is hooked, shoulders down. This could do it. Scoring two. No, and a kick out by the man again. Becky Lynch somehow, some way, able to stay in this one. Live in Madison, Wisconsin. And Trish Stratus going to keep at it now. But Becky firing back by clothesline. And now Becky over Trish this time. Able to block. Big kick by Stratus. And both women just looking right at each other, staring a hole through one another. Trish went for something. Big kick caught by Becky. Turns her around, forearm by Lynch. Becky right there. Trish, big shot. Big shot again, this time blocked by the man. Big right hand by Becky. Becky picks her up. Manhandle slam for the second time. That should do it. Here's the cover, leg is hooked, shoulders down. Scoring two. And Becky Lynch has punched her ticket into the quarterfinal rounds of the Queen of the Ring tournament. And she will face Naomi in the next round of the Queen of the Ring tournament. That is your quarter-final matchup. The winner, of course, going on to Evolution to compete in the semi-finals and perhaps the finals to try and become Queen of the Ring. Good effort from Trish tonight, but at the end of the day, Becky Lynch proving to be the better woman, as she has before against Stratus. She does again as she moves on to the next round of the Queen of the Ring tournament. The celebrations begin for the former Women's World Champion, who's on track to becoming a two-time Women's World Champion here in this Universe Mode Series. Great way to start us off live on Raw. Let's take a look at the updated brackets. That is the first rundown from the Raw side, folks. The first round is complete. Kairi Sane and Bayley will meet in the quarterfinals, as well as Naomi and Becky Lynch. Both of those matches being rematches for matches we saw in the past here in this series. But still to come tonight, your main event of the evening. A huge mixed tag team match as World Champion Aleister Black teams up with Asuka to take on Women's World Champion Alexa Bliss and the former World Heavyweight Champion Samoa Joe. That's later on tonight. But coming up next, the former United States Champion, the megastar LA Knight, does battle against Tommaso Ciampa. It comes your way next live on Raw, live from Madison, Wisconsin. Yeah, here we go. LA Knight, of course, the former United States Champion. This weekend, he challenges for that gold once again and looking to try and win it back as he takes on the man that beat him for the gold, Sami Zayn. That's going down live at Clash of the Castle in Glasgow, Scotland. But night tonight has a tune-up match.
It's scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 241 pounds, LA Knight.
Here we go then, folks. LA Knight going against the man he's beaten in the past for the United States Championship. Well, he was champ and Tommaso Ciampa. It's coming your way. We'll be back live on Raw. We're back from Madison, Wisconsin, folks, as here comes the Psycho Killer himself, Tommaso Ciampa. It's been a while since we saw him. But like I said, folks, it was back in Armageddon Premium Live event where LA Knight was able to defeat Tommaso Ciampa and retain his United States Championship. Tonight, Ciampa looking for revenge, but Knight also looking to get some momentum ahead at Clash of the Castle, potentially to win his United States Championship back against Sami Zayn this weekend. But here we go, matchup on the way. Chad Patton ringing the bell as both men bumping into each other multiple times. Neither can get the upper hand. Now it's Knight, big shot. Now it's Ciampa with the forearm. Ciampa now Irish whip off the ropes goes LA Knight. Beautiful leapfrog by Ciampa. Drop down now by the Psycho Killer. Knight though fighting back in a clothesline by the megastar. Clothesline by Knight, runs, set away for a neck breaker. Ciampa able to catch him and drop him. Dropping the megastar is Ciampa. Look at that big shot on the knee there. Oh, what the hell is Ciampa doing here? Rolls through. Look at this from Ciampa. Here we crash neck breaker to LA Knight. Already going for the cover for a huge upset here and a kick it immediately by Knight. Of course, the matchup just beginning. You're not going to put down the megastar that easily, just like that here in this one. Big overhand shot by Ciampa. Smack to the face. Big kick to the midsection by Tommaso Ciampa as he's barraging the midsection tonight with beautiful knee strikes over and over again as Ciampa. Live in Madison, Wisconsin. Of course, he is not too far from Madison as he resides in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So a good reception here from Tommaso Ciampa. But of course, the fan favourite LA Knight getting most of the love tonight in Wisconsin against the hometown boy Ciampa. But this is Ciampa's opportunity to break out amongst the pack here on Monday Night Raw. Of course, let's not forget Ciampa and Gargano, the first ever WWE Tag Team Champions over on my SmackDown brand, losing that gold at Bad Blood to Seth Rollins and Jon Moxley. And then both of them went over to Monday Night Raw as a team, but Ciampa soon after turning his back on Johnny Gargano. Don't forget, Gargano had a United States Championship matchup last week against Sami Zayn. Incredible battle for the gold in that one. Zayn able to retain in that contest. If Ciampa beats Knight tonight, who is the number one contender for the gold, maybe that puts him in contention for another US title shot in the future. Kick out there by Knight. Off the neckbreaker, facebuster by Ciampa. As Knight now rolling to the outside. Ciampa, look at that fly! My days, man, for a corkscrew crossbody. Right here in front of us at ringside, making us all stand up as LA Knight. Gonna send Ciampa back in the ring. Able to move out of the way. And that attempt at a big forearm just dropping in. Could have knocked out Ciampa, but Ciampa still got light in his tunnel, ladies and gentlemen. Ciampa now. Big smacks, big forearms, big shots. Knight able to fight back. Knight running clothesline now on Ciampa. Able to drop him down a size. LA Knight now picking him up. Big right hand. Another big right hand. And LA Knight taking the fight to the man he's already defeated at Armageddon with a US title on the line. But Ciampa shake hands on the outside. LA Knight tried it. Ciampa, known Knight too well. He's already lost him in the past. Doesn't want to make that mistake, especially in his home state of Wisconsin. Ciampa flying this time, connecting with a corkscrew crossbody off the slingshot to the outside and now sending the number one contender for the United States Championship, the former champion, the megastar, back into the ring. Ciampa, top rope, LA Knight on one knee, moving out of the way there, that elbow drop was Knight, rolling through in a clothesline by the megastar. Now it's LA Knight's turn. He's going up to the tippy top rope. What's Knight got cooking here? Looking to fly. Oh, but Ciampa moved out the way of the knee now. Very evenly matched contest here. Ciampa looking to fight back and stay in this one. Beautiful leg lariat to the back of the neck. And now Ciampa. Middle rope now on Knight, double axe handle by Ciampa, cover here to put down the megastar. Only enough for a 1 count. Kick out once again by LA Knight. Yeah. And now Ciampa picks him up again, smack to the face of Knight. Knight that time able to get a block. And now Knight running in with a neck breaker, finally able to connect with that one this time. And now Tommaso Ciampa doesn't want to be there. LA Knight gonna drop him into the corner. And then here comes the megastar. Got him right where he wants him in the corner. Beautiful right hands. Uh-oh. And every time we see LA Knight do this, it's a thing of beauty. But each and every time it becomes even more beautiful. Here he goes. Vertical leap. Right on the top rope by Knight. And gonna connect with the superplex. Beautifully done by the megastar. Here's the cover now. Leg is hooked. Shoulders down. Scoring 2. And no! Ciampa kicking out in his home state of Wisconsin. You can hear the crowd interested in Ciampa tonight, but of course LA Knight beloved by many, even by Ciampa's own people. And Ciampa does not appreciate that, but there's the megastar taunting. Ciampa catching him, getting to his feet, picks him up for a huge upset. One here, Project Ciampa. Double knee to the back of Knight. Cover, leg hook, shoulders down. Scores 2. Kick out by LA. You've got to imagine the United States champion Sami Zayn looking on very closely. The man that defeated Knight for the championship a number of weeks ago on Raw. And the man who will defend his title once again against LA Knight at Clash at the Castle. Ciampa, top rope, Knight to his feet. Knight was right there waiting in the wings. Moved out the way and booting Ciampa down. That gotta hurt for the psycho killer Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa gets picked up to his feet now as LA Knight. Gonna once again take him out of the corner. And here comes LA, running in, but a DDT by Ciampa, able to catch him. And now Tommaso Ciampa now to the outside on the apron now in a center of the back of Knight. Our doctor at ringside, our timekeeper, our ring announcer Mike Rome running away from this here is Ciampa in control, sending LA Knight back into the ring. A great performance tonight in this home state of Wisconsin for Ciampa. Top rope here, bang knee right on top of the face of Knight. Cover on the megastar, big time upset. LA Knight's rematch for the US title at Clash. 2 count only kick out by LA Knight. And now Tommaso Ciampa back up to the well once again, middle rope. Can Ciampa find what he needs? Another axe handle there on Knight. Big stomp straight on the legs and stomping away on Knight. Knight though back to his feet. Big shot there. Torn Ciampa around. BFT dropping Ciampa on his bald head. Here's the cover. Leg is hooked, shoulders down. Scoring. Turn down a kick out by Ciampa. The baldy bastard is still alive in this one. My days, folks. And now look at this. LA Knight picking up Tommaso Ciampa and sends him back into the corner. Ciampa will catch him with a knee, however. Now picking LA Knight up, putting him on the top. Ciampa fighting back after a BFT and dropping him with a backbreaker. Ciampa with a beautiful, picture-perfect backbreaker as he's now waiting for LA Knight to get to his feet. Big kick caught, however, by LA Knight. Knight though, smack, chomp by Ciampa. Kick there by Ciampa. And look at this, here the Psycho Cutter. Cover now. Major upset at his hometown here, his home state rather. 2 count. No, a kick out again. Kick out again by Knight. There was a reason why LA Knight was United States champion for 133 days. He was an incredible champion. As look at this. Tommaso Ciampa attacking the official here. Attacking Ciampa. LA Knight up in the top rope. Ciampa not having it. Dropping him back down on a backbreaker again. But he just attacked Ciampa. He thought Patton had a bad count there. As now LA Knight getting picked up. Wait a minute. Fairy tale landing for the home state native. Going for the cover. There's no referee though. What about a 2? Maybe a 3, 4, 5, 6. So man, a kick out now. LA Knight would have been beaten twice by Ciampa if it wasn't for Ciampa knocking down the official now conveniently. Ciampa getting to his feet, but now Ciampa clotheslines him to the outside and LA Knight gonna take advantage with the neck breaker. Neck breaker on Ciampa there. It's Ciampa now lying directly next to the referee. Ciampa getting to his feet. Oh, it looks like he's got an equaliser. Ciampa's got an equaliser. Got a steel chair. LA Knight right there. And Ciampa has him across the skull with it. Oh, throwing it at LA Knight. Tommaso Ciampa with a steel chair. And again a senton there on LA Knight on the floor. Ciampa doing well here in his home state. He's trying to cheese the win. Hitting Knight with a steel chair. Going for the cover now, shooting the half, hooking the legs, shoulders down. Ciampa now getting back into the ring. This could do it here. Ciampa for a big upset. For a big one here against the megastar. And a kick down. My days. The momentary hesitation there that allowed Ciampa to get back in the ring must have allowed LA Knight to kick out of Ciampa's offense. It's now Ciampa and the Raw official getting rid of the steel chair as Knight has a big boot right on a Ciampa. Another big boot and down he goes again. Psycho Killer heading hard. Drop kick there again by LA Knight and a stomp right in the back of the neck. And here comes the megastar. Setting him up. LA Knight. Yeah, elbow drop connecting right at the chest and sternum of Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa slowly but surely getting to his feet. Knight waiting on him. Spins him round. BFT for the second time of the matchup. LA Knight now looking to capitalise against Sami Zayn at Clash of the Castle this weekend. Scoring 2 and he got the win. Ciampa putting his arm on the bottom rope, but I think since Chad Patton got attacked by Ciampa, he didn't allow it. And you know what? Fair enough. You can call it the Wisconsin screw job, but you can also call it LA Knight getting a major victory ahead of his rematch this weekend against Sami Zayn, with the United States Championship hanging in the balance. LA Knight victorious, building momentum up until his rematch against Zayn this weekend at Clash in Glasgow, Scotland. It's going to be a fun one, folks, but that one right there was a fun one. Great one for LA Knight, taking nothing away from the home state boy, Tommaso Ciampa himself. Great to see him back on Raw. He had a great performance, but much better of a performance from that man, the megastar, LA Knight, victorious here live in Madison, Wisconsin here this evening. Sami Zayn, better look out, we could be looking at the next 2-time United States champion. But coming up next at Clash of the Castle, a triple threat tornado tag team elimination matchup for the world tag titles is set as FTR defend against the Street Profits and Ali and Mysterio. Tonight, 3 members of each team compete in triple threat action, and here comes one half of the World Tag Team Champions representing FTRKO. It is Cash Wheeler Tonight it's Cash Wheeler, Angelo Dawkins, who's already made his entrance here in this contest, and none other than the living legend, the master of the 619, Rey Mysterio. Gonna be a fun one, folks, in your penultimate contest of the evening. Live tonight, here on Monday Night Raw. Cash Wheeler then, set for a major one in this triple threat matchup to try and build momentum for the triple threat tag team tornado elimination matchup at Clash of the Castle for the world tag team titles. Dawkins is out, Wheeler is out. Here comes the final man, none other than the masked legend, Rey Mysterio. Here we go then, gonna be a very fun and frantic, fast-paced triple threat matchup. Don't go anywhere, folks, it comes your way right now in Madison, Wisconsin.
California, weighing in at 175 pounds, Rey Mysterio!
It was 3 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw where a number one contender tag team match was set up. The Street Profits battling Mustafa Ali and Rey Mysterio, the winners, getting a shot at Cash and Dax for the World Tag titles at Clash of the Castle. It ended in a double countout, which means both men are getting the opportunity at the same time at Clash of the Castle, a triple threat tornado tag team elimination matchup. So now, Cash Wheeler, not only at Clash, alongside his tag team partner Dax Harwood, has to contend with two teams, but tonight he has to contend with two opponents, Dawkins and Mysterio. Triple threat matchup to try and build momentum for Clash of the Castle this weekend. Here we go. Matchup underway. Mysterio Hurricane Rana on Dawkins there. Is Cash Wheeler fighting back now against the master of the 619, sending Mysterio into the corner. Got him where he wants him as Dawkins having his fun here. Look at Rey Mysterio getting hung up. Oh man, the Dragon Sleeper on the middle rope as Dawkins now stomping away on Rey, and now going right after Cash Wheeler. Look at that from Dawkins, and look at the strength here of Angelo Dawkins, and now just throwing around Cash Wheeler like he's nothing. Big shot blocked by Dawkins. Oh, and a pounce to Rey Mysterio. Almost sent him out of the ring there. And now Cash Wheeler after Rey. Oh, Rey though counters, big kick. Right to the leg there. And oh, Mysterio now caught him there. Beautifully done by Rey Mysterio. Both men on the outside of the ring. Mysterio has the ring to himself here as Angelo Dawkins found a weapon here around a Cash Wheeler. Not going to let him use it and sends him right out of the steel steps now. Rey Mysterio running around the ring like a madman. As Cash Wheeler now throwing Angelo Dawkins around, but there's Rey now jumping with a West Coast pop on Cash Wheeler as this one rolls on. And now back in the ring here in this triple threat contest, Rey Mysterio got Cash Wheeler there, but a nice knee there by Wheeler. Going after Dawkins. Dawkins this time now turn a pounce. Cash Wheeler. First it was Rey. This time it's Wheeler as Dawkins going after both men. Hitting both of them at once and now taking out Cash Wheeler out of the equation here. Now it's just out of Dawkins and Rey in the ring. Wheeler rolling to the floor. Dawkins grabbing him. And Dawkins certainly had the power advantage in this one. Rey, of course, with the speed and agility advantage. But Angelo Dawkins, an agile man for his size. Let's not take anything away from him. As there is proven. Dawkins flying with a tope con hilo. Taking out Cash Wheeler. But there's Mysterio with a tope tornado DDT. Taking out Dawkins on the floor and a drop kick on a Cash. Dawkins back to his feet though and sending Rey back into the ring. And now got Cash Wheeler on the outside. Now suplex there by Angelo Dawkins. Mysterio taught him on the inside. Dawkins back in and a big shoulder barge on the corner followed by a knee. Right in the face of the Lucha legend Mysterio. Big jab there by Dawkins. Runs in a Cash Wheeler. What's he going to mind? Wheeler though turns it around. Floor over DDT on Dawkins. Drop kick by Mysterio to Cash Wheeler. And now Rey Mysterio doing his thing here, but there's Angelo Dawkins back to his feet going after Cash. One half of the tag team champions, of course, Cash and Dax winning back the tag titles off the Street Profits in a tag team ladder match. For an episode of Monday Night Raw before Survivor Series, allowing them to go on to face the WWE Tag Champs in a losing effort. The Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish representing SmackDown, who this coming week on the Blue Brand defend their tag titles against Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, the new Catch Republic. And Rey Mysterio clothesline there. Clothesline connecting on Cash Wheeler. Kick caught by Cash. Cash now going in. What's he got now? Nice takedown. Just a big old wrestling takedown there by Cash Wheeler. And Angelo Dawkins running in. Oh, Mysterio got him on a clothesline there. And a big shot there from Dawkins as Mysterio. Pick it up, Cash. Snapmare. Down he goes. And a drop kick. No moving out of the way. This time it's Cash. And Dawkins grabbing Rey Mysterio. Suplex connecting by Cash Wheeler right there though. And now Cash looking to take advantage. Mysterio out of the equation and now one half of the World Tag Champs in control. Here in this one, of course, Cash Wheeler, folks, he was the man who climbed the ladder, retrieved the tag titles. Him and Cash, of course, two-time. Him and Dax, rather, two-time tag team champions. On the red brand, but Rey Mysterio there. Off the top rope, just hit a Meteora. A double knee to the face of Dawkins. Takes him out of the equation for the time being. As Cash Wheeler has a candlestick in his hand. Not going for Rey in the ring though, which is the place to win it. He's going for Dawkins. Mysterio flies and takes out no one as John Cena in this match because Mysterio just flew right under our table there. As Mysterio now clotheslining. On to Cash Wheeler on the floor now. It's Rey's turn. He's got a stick in his hand. And a candlestick now going to town. On Cash Wheeler, hitting him over the head and breaking it over one half of the World Tag Team Champions. Mysterio now. Top rope looking to do his thing against Dawkins here. Though big shot there. Countered. Mysterio went for West Coast Pop. Rolls through Dawkins. Spear! Oh my! Here's the cover. Dawkins for the win. To build momentum up till Clash and a kick at 2 by Rey. What a great sequence there. Unbelievable. And look at this. Cash sends Dawkins off the ropes. Cash has got him down. I've seen this before. Dropping him. Face first into the mat he goes. And now Cash going in for the cover on Angelo Dawkins. Rey Mysterio back to his feet to make the save. And now Rey Mysterio clothesline on Cash Wheeler. Mysterio big kick. To the midsection, here goes Rey. Canadian Destroyer folds him like an accordion. Here's the cover. Oh, there's Dawkins making a save. One fall to a finished matchup. No eliminations in this one. It's Dawkins once again pouncing. Rey Mysterio there. And now Angelo Dawkins looking to wrap this one up here. Head on the top rope, looking to put Mysterio away. Double axe and a roll through by Rey. Beautifully done kick there, caught by Dawkins. Dawkins spins him round. Big takedown there by Angelo. Uh-oh. And Cash Wheeler with a baseball bat in his hand. Big overhand by Dawkins. Drops it. And another message by Dawkins. Or the silencer. Whatever the hell you want to call it. Could be the 3 count. Scoring 2 there. Kick out by Cash. One out of the tag champs. Staying alive in this one. Mysterio with a bat in hand. And I'll go for Dawkins with it. Dawkins knows. Big shot. A club in the back as this one rolls on. We're back live on Raw. Penultimate match of the evening. Triple threat contest. Rey Mysterio, Angelo Dawkins, and one half of the World Tag Team Champions here on Raw. Cash Wheeler. Mysterio flying and taking out no one again though. Man might be on drugs tonight. And Angelo Dawkins clothesline on the back of the neck there of Cash Wheeler. This matchup, of course, a teaser for Clash at the Castle this coming weekend. As 3 of these men will team up their respective partners. Dawkins, of course, the Street Profits, Mysterio and Ali, and of course the Tag Champs, Cash and Dax Harwood, FTRKO. For the World Tag Titles at Clash in the Castle this weekend in the Oval Hydro in Glasgow, Scotland. And look at this, Cash Wheeler gonna drag Rey Mysterio away from the rope, center of the ring, just him and Rey in the ring at the time being, folks. And then here comes Cash, logging a submission hold. Got him, cinched in tight here, there it is, crossface. Mysterio could be out. Dawkins on the nick of time to make the save. Good save there from Dawkins, and a spear out of nowhere on Cash, cover, 2 count, kick out by Wheeler. Oh my days. And now Angelo Dawkins going to pick up Rey Mysterio. Oh, there's a sky high, but there's Cash this time making a save. Now it's Cash Wheeler making a save. And now Cash sends Dawkins on the corner. Oh, Dawkins, I thought countered there. Big kick though by Cash. What the hell's it going to mean here? Sliding through German suplex. Unbelievable one over there by Cash. Get back in the ring and pin that man. To get the win here for the Tag Team Champions. Big smack there. Rey Mysterio going to head up to the tippy top rope. Going to try and fly once again. Rey now didn't get anyone once again. Going for John Cena again in this matchup. He'll be in action on SmackDown this coming week. He ain't here on Raw. At least that's what we know. And now Cash going right after Ray. Ray, big elbow. Right in the face. And a drop kick knocks him down. And then here comes Ray. This could be Rey Mysterio's moment, ladies and gentlemen, to put this contest away against Cash Wheeler. Rey Mysterio. So he got it, 9. Oh man, big shot there by Ray. And Rey Mysterio looking right at the face of Cash, but Dawkins coming back now. And now Angelo Dawkins hitting that top rope. Looking to put Cash Wheeler down here. Here he goes. Swanton now moving to the way. Moving to the way is Cash. Picking up Mysterio now. And now face first goes Ray. Off the turnbuckle, and Dawkins exploder suplex on Cash. Cash right back to his feet, however. Elbow right in the top of the head of Angelo Dawkins. Here's the cover. Leg is hook, shoulders down. Cash for the win. Scoring 2 and a kick out by Dawkins. Dawkins staying in this one. Rey Mysterio comes back in. It's after the arm now is Cash Wheeler. Cash going to the outside and Rey Mysterio. We're going to put Angelo Dawkins away. Uh-oh, but there's a sledgehammer from Cash Wheeler. Where's he going? Is he going to get Ray? Yes, he is. He just launches it at him. Throws it right at Mysterio. Cover. Leg hook, shoulders down. Scoring 2. And there's a break up again by Dawkins. Dawkins wanting this win badly. Here is Cash Wheeler. Gonna drop him here with a swinging neck breaker connected. Dawkins is out. Mysterio back after Cash. Drop kick. Right on the knee there. Off Cash Wheeler. And another drop kick, but Wheeler won't stay down off his feet. Irish whip sends him to the outside of the ring, and Cash Wheeler has cleared the ring. And that's triple threat contest. But there's Angelo Dawkins, schoolboy here to steal one against one of the tag champs. Scores 2. No, kick out by Cash. And now Cash able to roll through the pinfall of his own here. Scoring 2 on Dawkins. Kick out. My days. And now, back goes Mysterio to the top rope. Cash Wheeler after the yarn. Mysterio flies on his knees here. And a Cash Wheeler picking up Ray Butterfly. Suplex on Mysterio. And then there's Angelo Dawkins again. Right back after Cash as this one continues live on Raw. Massive matchup tonight between these 3 tag team specialists. Mysterio more of a single specialist for that tag team one. But Dawkins, silencer for the second time on Cash. Cover. 2 count. How the hell is Wheeler kicking out of that? That's the second time he's been hit with that maneuver in this contest. And now Cash picking up Mysterio. Dawkins having none of it. And now Angelo Dawkins picking up one half of the tag champs here. And look at that. You gotta imagine Randy Orton, the leader of FTRKO, and Cash's tag partner Dax Harbour, very proud of Cash Wheeler and his performance tonight. But now Rey Mysterio drop kicking the knee there of Angelo Dawkins. And then Rey Mysterio, where the hell's he going? Dawkins right there, waiting in the wings on Mysterio. Big shot there by Dawkins. And now Rey Mysterio right there. Dawkins in trouble. Hurricane Rana by Ray. And a recover here. Cash too busy getting a weapon. Leg is hook, shoulders down. Scoring 2. Mysterio does it. Mysterio steals one of the Hurricane Runner from the top. Rey Mysterio building some incredible momentum for him and Mustafa Ali this coming weekend at Clash of the Castle Premium Live event from the Oval Hydro in Glasgow, Scotland. Will we be looking at the next World Tag Team Champions of Raw in the form of Mustafa Ali, and that man right there who was able to get the job done tonight, the master of the 619, the living legend, Rey Mysterio. Gonna have to wait and see, folks, but what an incredible contest that was, and your penultimate matchup of the evening. Mysterio victorious live on Raw from Madison, Wisconsin. Awesome stuff here tonight, folks. But let's take a look at what is going down at Clash of the Castle this weekend. Of course, just talked about the World Tag Team title on the line and a Triple Threat Tornado Tag Team Elimination match. The Street Profits we're going to win back the gold against Rey Mysterio, Mustafa Ali, and the Tag Champs FTR, Cash and Dax. Following that, just announced this past week, folks, battle of a SmackDown brand, the unpredictable badass Braun Breaker taking on John Cena 1-on-1. Following that, folks, the United States title on the line. LA Knight looking to regain his gold as he takes on the underdog from the underground, Sami Zayn. That'll be a fun one. You cannot miss it. Live at Clash of the Castle this coming weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Following that triple threat action, after beating Charlotte Flair this past week on SmackDown, Io Sky in her SmackDown debut gets added to the matchup at Clash of the Castle with a tail on the line, as Bianca Belair not just only defends against Charlotte, but also the Genius of the Sky as well. Then the World Heavyweight title on the line, Samoa Joe using his rematch against the man who cashed in his Money in the Bank contract against him at Survivor Series. It's Samoa Joe, it's Aleister Black for the World Heavyweight Championship at Clash at the Castle. The Intercontinental title is on the line as Chad Gable puts the gold on the line against new number one contender Finn Balor, who defeated Kevin Owens this past week on SmackDown to earn the opportunity at the Intercontinental title. It will be a fun one, Gable and Balor one-on-one for the gold at Clash. Then a big-time rivalry, AJ Styles, the Phenomenal one-on-one with a glorious Bobby Roode in a rematch from their semi-final round match in the King of the Ring tournament back at King of the Ring in Miami. Roode and Styles going at it, and of course the main event, the undefeated WWE Champion, the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre, and his home soil of Scotland defends the gold against the Tribal Chief, the OTC, Roman Reigns. That is Clash of the Castle, folks, but right now it's now time for your main event of the evening live on Monday Night Raw from Madison, Wisconsin. First time ever mixed tag match. It's World Champ Aleister Black and Asuka taking on Women's World Champ Alexa Bliss and former World Champion Samoa Joe. It's next, live right now on Raw. So start show set up for Clash at the Castle this coming weekend. You don't want to miss a second of the action. But right now it's now main event time, as here comes your new World Heavyweight Champion, and he has looked good as of late. Of course, defeating Samoa Joe after Joe's matchup against WWE Champion of SmackDown Drew McIntyre at Survivor Series.
Introducing first, from Amsterdam, in the Netherlands, weighing in at 215 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, Alexa Black.
Now, he does look good with that championship. You cannot tell me differently, folks. Black and Joe gonna run it back. This time in a scheduled contest. The last time they had a scheduled contest was at No Way Out at the start of the series, episode 20 or 21, I believe, where Samoa Joe was able to get the win, retaining his main event of WrestleMania after winning the Royal Rumble. And of course, Joe had a 364-day reign as champion, but after losing in a bad week for Joe, lost on the Raw before Survivor Series to Gunther thanks to a Survivor Series opponent and WWE champion Drew McIntyre of SmackDown, lost to Drew at Survivor Series, and after that, then lost to Aleister Black, being cashed in on. Black cashing in his Money in the Bank contract, becoming the new World Champ. Black ever since, defeating Bray Wyatt 3 weeks ago on Raw, then last week, incredible striking masterclass and a non-title matchup against Shinsuke Nakamura. But tonight, the first ever mixed tag team matchup coming your way in Madison, Wisconsin. World Champion Alexa Bliss teaming up with former World Champ Samoa Joe to take on Aleister Black, and a woman he handpicked himself in the form of the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. Here she comes right now, folks, coming off strong, coming off hot, off a great victory this past week on WWE Dark, putting away Sonya Deville as the former multiple-time WWE Women's Champion.
Representing the Kabuki Warriors from Osaka, Japan, Asuka.
I'm excited to see how Aleister Black and Asuka gel as a team, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Black, incredible striker. Asuka, a great striker in her own right, could mix it up with a lot of the men if she wanted to. And tonight, she's going to get her chance to do so. Asuka and Samoa Joe are going to share the same ring. I'm very intrigued to see what's going to be going down in that one, folks. But of course, the men hit the men, the women hit the women, but the women can hit the men if they want to. But if men hit the women, it's a disqualification. That is the rules of a mixed tag team match here in your main event on Monday Night Raw. First time ever in this series. Only took 50 episodes of Monday Night Raw. It's Raw 50. It's a special occasion. The final Raw before Clash of the Castle Premium live event live in Glasgow, Scotland, my hometown. We're going home, baby. We're not going to be travelling all the way to America anymore. We're going home live in the Oval. We've been there multiple times. We're coming for a clash this weekend. You don't want to miss it, man. But it's Aleister Black and Asuka going to be teaming up in your main event. Interesting matchup to say the least. But here we go then. Here comes the former World Heavyweight Champion, the man who ran Monday Night Raw with an iron fist.
California, weighing in at 282 pounds, the Samoan Joe!
Samoa Joe then, ladies and gentlemen, only lost 5 scheduled matches in this Universe Mode Series. He has lost twice to Finn Balor, one in a tag team match, one in a singles match. He has lost as well to Gunther on the Raw before Survivor Series, Drew McIntyre at Survivor Series, and then Aleister Black at Survivor Series as well after he cashed in his Money in the Bank contract he won all the way back at WrestleMania. Can Joe become a 2-time world champion? It was 2 weeks ago on Raw. He mixed it up for the first time ever in a singles match with a phenomenal AJ Styles. A great matchup those two had. It was ran a little bit of interference by the glorious Bobby Roode, setting up that matchup between Styles and Roode at Clash of the Castle this coming weekend at Clash at the Castle as well, folks. But here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Samoa Joe is out here now. It's just time for the Women's World Champion, the woman who defeated Becky Lynch in a 2 out of 3 falls match 2 weeks ago on Raw, to retain her championship. She's not going to be putting it on the line at Clash, but she's in action right here, right now tonight.
The WWE Women's World Champion, Alexa Bliss.
And here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta imagine, folks, of course, Asuka is the teammate of Aleister Black in this contest. If Asuka beats Alexa Bliss to win this matchup for herself and Aleister Black, you gotta imagine that Asuka is getting a future World Championship opportunity in the future against the champ Alexa Bliss herself. But there she is, holding up the gold. 2 successful defenses for Little Miss Bliss in this Universe Mode Series. She won it back at King of the Ring back in Miami. And tonight she teams up with former World Champion Samoa Joe. An interesting main event of the ages, to say the least. Alright, here we go, your main event. It's to be underway right here. Right now with the men starting it off, Aleister Black and Samoa Joe Mono. E-Mono Chad Patton ring the bell, and here we go. Match up underway. Black slowly walking towards the Samoan submission machine as Joe takes him down there with a beautiful shoulder tackle there. Black able to get the knees up there, and Black runs in a knee right at the jaw of the former world champion Samoa Joe. And there's Black big shots right on the face. Gonna get a crimson mask on the Samoa submission machine in your main event of the evening. Live in Madison, Wisconsin. Big clothesline by the Dutch Destroyer Aleister Black there. Black setting up Joe here in the corner. The world champion now looking to fly here, and he does just that beautiful moonsault there, taking out Joe. Double foot stomp now by Black. And now at the neck now this time. Nearly done there by the Dutch Destroyer. Aleister Black doing his thing, sitting down, squatting and all. And Joe running in, and look at that. Beautiful shot. That's Samoa Joe. Of course, big time action going down next week on Raw as well, folks. The fallout from Clash of the Castle building up towards, of course, Evolution. And there shortly after that, the Royal Rumble. Premium live event. One of the big shows is Asuka and Alexa Bliss now both been tagged into this contest. Right, it is now. What's Alexa Bliss got a main big smack rolled out of the way as Asuka. Asuka went for something there. Bliss able to counter and takes her down there with a beautiful wheelbarrow arm drag. Asuka elbow right to the nose. Bridge of the nose of Little Miss Bliss. Asuka right back on the offensive here, and now drop kick down goes Asuka. The Empress of them all crumbles to the pressure, to the mat. Corner now, and beautiful monkey flip by the Women's World Champion Alexa Bliss in for the cover here. Well, let's do it. Kick out by Asuka. Asuka able to stay alive in this one. Now, what is going to happen here? Alexa Bliss top rope. Asuka trying to stop her in her tracks. You go the Women's World Champion. A drop kick to the Empress of Tomorrow. Straight off the tippy top there by Alexa Bliss. Now a double knees right in the midsection of Asuka. Alexa Bliss firmly in control here on Asuka. Elbow drop to the back. Next week on Raw going to be a fun one, folks. We're going to have big time matches, indicators for Rumble, indicators for championship opportunities, all that, so much more coming out next week. We'll let you know when we know more. Coming your way on Monday Night Raw. Next week after the fallout of Clash of the Castle from Glasgow, Scotland, live in the OVO Hydro Arena. Asuka and Bliss going back and forth right now in the main event here. Drop kick swirling away. Who's going to get the upper hand? Looks to be Asuka. Big kick there, but Bliss kicking away at Asuka again. Got her by the legs. Bliss now going to get her this time on drag. Got her. Alexa Bliss gets the best. Asuka not too happy. Drop kick by the women's world champion. Firmly in control here as Alexa Bliss. Want Asuka to pray for Little Miss Bliss in this contest. But Bliss better pray that Asuka doesn't beat her in this matchup, setting Asuka up for a potential championship opportunity. And locks in a submission now on Alexa Bliss. Got her here in the Black Widow sort of maneuver here. The octopus stretch, but getting out of it there. As Alexa Bliss face first, now going Asuka. Drop kick squirrel away by Asuka. And now what's Asuka going to make? Big spinning heel kick, no counter. Asuka big knee there on Alexa Bliss. Unbelievable back and forth action from these two women here tonight. And your main event of Monday Night Raw from Madison, Wisconsin. Asuka out of the corner. What's she going to make? Drop kick. No, moving to the way is Bliss. And Bliss missing that swanton. The running swanton. Oh, forearm from Asuka. Beautiful combination. Shoulders down. Got the penny predicament. Only enough for a one. Kick out by Alexa Bliss. Asuka got the ring to herself here in this one, ladies and gentlemen. Going to make the tag. In comes the Dutch Destroyer, Aleister Black. And a Joe taking him out with that shoulder tackle again. And Joe this time on these again by Black. Joe couldn't get that senton. Black keeps getting the knees up. Big boot to the knee there. And another senton by Joe. Another shoulder tackle rather by Joe. Not had the senton yet as the Samoan submission machine. He's going to send Aleister Black end off the ropes. Another shoulder tackle. The world heavyweight champion. Even this first time ever historic mixed tag team match main event of Monday Night Raw, setting up for Clash of the Castle. Joe and Black going to do battle for the world heavyweight title. Whereas Aleister Black right now got out of that big maneuver and this time gets it face first off the sweep on Samoa Joe there. Big boot moving out of the way is Joe. Joe missing that shot. Black caught him with that shot. Big boot moving out of the way and another big clothesline. Oh, Black doesn't want to be there in the corner. Samoa Joe. That's his spot. That is where he knows best. Samoa Joe now. Got Aleister Black where he wants him. I thought he was going muscle buster, but wants to inflict a little bit more damage to Black before that. A superplex from the middle rope will certainly do the trick. Black in trouble, shooting the half now. Shoulders down on the world champ. 2 count kick out by the Dutch Destroyer. Staying alive there as Aleister Black and Samoa Joe going out. Well, I thought he was going out to make the tag to Alexa Bliss, but I'll be having second thoughts. Samoa Joe on fire. Big boot however by Black. Big boot by the Dutch Destroyer. Picking up Samoa Joe. Snapmare big knee right in the jaw of Joe. Here's the cover. Jack in the jaw of the Samoan submission machine who's able to kick out at the counter one. And Joe on the outside of the ring. Aleister Black here looking to fly. Tope con hilo taken out. Samoa Joe on the outside of the ring. Aleister Black here on fire in this mixed tag team main event. Live in Madison, Wisconsin on Raw. What's Alexa Bliss getting in the face of the world champion for? Big kick there by Black on Joe on his knees. Black Mass out of nowhere. Black Mass cover. This could do it. Scoring 2. And a kick out by Samoa Joe. Oh man, and Black again making the tag out to Asuka. In comes Alexa Bliss as well. Women's world champion and drop kick. Right in the chest of the Empress of Tomorrow. And there's that rolling senton by Bliss. Elbow drop to the back. And now Bliss, what's she got in 90 here? Double knees right in the midsection of Asuka. And they're looking forward again. There's the insult to injury. More double knees from Alexa Bliss connecting. Here's the cover by the Women's World Champion. Will this be enough here? Scoring 2. No, kick out by Asuka. The Empress staying alive in this mixed tag team main event here on Monday Night Raw. What action it's been all night round in Madison, Wisconsin. We thank you all for joining us this evening. What an incredible event it will be, and you don't want to miss the incredible event, which will be Clash at the Castle in Glasgow, Scotland this weekend in the Old Row High Draw. Bliss dropping Asuka off the ropes, cover here, shoulders down, Legis hook, will this do it? Scores 2 by Little Miss Bliss, kick out by the Empress of Tomorrow, former multiple time WWE Women's Champion. Tag mate, Black and Joe, both back in, and that's Cortez, beautiful power slam by the former world champion Joe, able to get the upper hand, and there's a senton on the Dutch Destroyer, Alistair Black now. Joe now, got Black up, that's it, set the Uranagi by Joe. Here's the cover, leg is hook, shoulders down the world champ, Asuka in to make the save. Asuka in to make the save. Joe is not happy with the Empress of Tomorrow. I thought he was going to go attacker there. But there's Alistair Black getting out of the way of that maneuver. Joe, though, right back on the offensive, however. Dropping Alistair Black. And look at Samoa Joe showboating out to this live crowd here tonight. And Joe and Black bumping into one another. Who's going to get up? Looks to be the striking ability of Alistair Black. But look at the strength. He's more than a striker. Big powerbomb. Set out stale on Joe. Cover. 2. Kick out. My days. And Black again out to make the tag. In comes Asuka once more. And then Bless went for that drop kick. Swatted away by Asuka. Big kick. Spinning over now. And here comes the Empress. With the Empress impact on Bless. This could do it. Here's the cover. Asuka and Black for the win. Only a 1 again. For Alexa Bliss in this one. What is it going to take, man? For either of these women, these men, and this incredible mixed tag team contest. It could be this though. Asuka got the Women's World Champion in trouble. Out of the Asuka lock. Asuka lock. Submission. Center of the ring. No win for the Women's World Champion. Alexa Bliss tag. Oh, she can barely breathe in this hold here. Asuka's gonna cinch then tight. Will she make Alexa Bliss tap out? And if she does, you're gonna believe she can be in contention for a future Women's World title opportunity. Asuka got Alexa Bliss wrapped up. Nowhere to go here for Bliss. Let's give me the end. Let's give me the end right here, man. Oh, jeez, oh no, somehow Alexa Bliss staying in a big elbow right in the top of the head. Big time elbow on the top of her head, but wait a minute, Bliss hooks around, DDT, now dropping Asuka on the top of her head. Cover, leg hook, shoulders down, Black coming in the ring, you can't break it up, man, you'll be DQ'd, but there's a kick out anyway, by Asuka. What a main event. The first ever mixed tag team match here in this series. You're going to have more after this incredible one. Tag mate in comes Joe. And now it's Black and Joe once again. They started off this match. They could very well end off this match as well. Joe, Irish whip sends Black out to the apron. Oh, Black counters. No, but Joe caught him there. Beautiful enziguri by the former world champion rather. I'm so used to calling him the world champion. Well, of course, having a 394-day reign as champ. Counter 2 there from Chad Patton. As Alistair Black gets to his feet. Joe Tope Suicide taking out Black on the floor. Unbelievable, man. Now Samoa Joe. What's he doing here? Just going to throw Alistair Black around on the outside here. Having his way with him as he goes up. The steps on the apron. Goes back down just to do more damage. On the Dutch Destroyer elbow drop right in the chest now of Alistair Black. We do not want a count out in this incredible mixed tag team matchup. Both men desperately going to get back into the ring. Joe's going to the top rope. Alistair Black going to meet him there. Black's going to drop him down. Alistair Black going to drop him down there. And now what is Black thinking here? Big kick, caught kick to the hammy by Joe. Joe spins him round. And a submission. The Coquina clutch. Coquina clutch, sensed it in tight. This is how Black tapped out to Joe at no way out back in the earlier in the season. But Asuka comes in to make the save. Joe went for an elbow. Black moves out the way. Went for that spinning shot. Black caught him on a kick. And a meteora! And now here goes Black in the corner to put Samoa Joe away in this mixed tag team matchup. No way for the knee from down. Moving out the way is Samoa Joe. And then the Samoan submission machine. The Moaj monster now. Irish whip sending Black into the corner. Got him exactly where he wants him. He could pin the world champion ahead of their rematch. Their scheduled one-on-one matchup at Clash of the Castle for the world title. There's the Muscle Buster. There's the 2 count, and Joe has pinned the World Heavyweight Champion, and your main event of the evening, meeting your winners, Women's World Champion Alexa Bliss and Samoa Joe. My God, what an incredible first time ever matchup here this evening. Mixed tag team battle. Samoa Joe and Alexa Bliss get the job done live in the final Raw before Clash of the Castle Premium live event. What a matchup and what a show it has been, folks. That's all we have time for, however, here tonight live on Monday Night Raw. I want to thank you all very much for joining us, and join us tomorrow night for another action-packed edition of NXT as well as Clash of the Castle this weekend. You don't want to miss any of the action right here on KO Productions. We'll see you very soon though, folks. Until then, take it easy, take care, and peace.